This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Check out my merch on Teespring. I got a lot of shirts and stuff over there, merchandise you can buy over there. And also check out my other channel and stuff. Link below. You can subscribe over there. Appreciate that over there and everything. Also, if you want to contribute to the channel, support and everything, so I appreciate it. So thank you.
What up, this is DC Channel Guns coming at you with another video, people. I appreciate if you found the channel. Thank you and everything. I appreciate if you share the video, subscribe, hit the notification and everything. Support your two-way channels, your gun channels and stuff like that. Also support the Second Amendment, people. We got a long fight ahead. So when you're voting, think of your gun rights and stuff. Think about the people who you're voting for. They're going to support your gun rights or they're going to try to take them away. So that is very important. We need to pay attention to that and everything. Also, I appreciate the comments, the energy. I appreciate all the love and stuff like that y'all bring over here. So thank y'all, all y'all that be commenting stuff. So I appreciate that. Thank y'all with them ideas, suggestions. I'm learning, everybody learning. You're never gonna keep learning, people. If you're in the 2A community, you think you know everything, it's time for you to get out, because you're not gonna do the 2A community any good and everything. So you're always gonna learn. The time is always changing, gun laws and stuff, all types of things always going on. So you're always gonna constantly learn. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't know everything. A lot of people can't admit that, but I don't have an ego problem over here. So with that said, people, I'm going to talk about something that I'm going to put on your radar. It is flying on the radar. It is not popular and stuff, but it's very important that you know this. Now, I remember a long time ago, when people was talking about, well, this law is not going to pass when it comes to magazines, or this law is not going to pass when it comes to ammo. And I'm talking about back up to in the 90s and stuff like that. It was a lot of stuff that was said when I was coming into the 2A community. And, up now, a lot of these things, some of these laws is passed in states, people. In my state right now, I can go buy ammo. Nobody's going to ask for my identification or none of that type of stuff. I pick up a couple boxes, I go in, I check out, and I'm gone. A lot of states, it's not like that. Some states, you got to have some type of card, board card, or whatever the case may be. You got to have background check. It's a lot of delays that these states don't put in and everything. And, in them states, a lot of people who's dealing with it probably would never think that would happen. So when I tell you to get your ammo, people, if you can, get it, because you never know what's going to happen. And before I get into what I'm going to say, when you go back 10, 15 years, how many people will believe that Trump was going to be president? Not a whole lot of people. A lot of people thought it was a joke. How many people 15 years ago believed that Joe Biden was going to be president? Not a lot of people. I'm talking about some people thought, hey, no, it's not going to happen. But it has happened. So these are things that I want to put on your radar and everything. So with that said, let's get into it. Now, I'm talking about stolen ammo, and that has pretty much jumped. It's been in the headlines all the time, constantly. Many levels of ammo theft has been happening. Your retailers, your ammo shops, everybody's been dealing with this. But you have other places that's dealing with this on another scale. I've talked about police departments, right within the police department, people. You had officers stealing ammo from their department. Using it for their own personal use, selling it. That's why I was saying a lot of this ammunition people selling online behind the computer and stuff. You don't know where this ammunition came from. You don't know what happened. In the shipping system. A lot of people's online ordering, getting empty boxes. Right in the shipping. People who's checking your packages and stuff, they was stealing it. It was a lot of porch pirate going on when it came to ammunition and stuff like that. So what I'm going to talk about is something that you need to keep your eye on and stuff. So you got a lot of states who they spend. I've been talking about this, doing little small reports. I got videos in the catalog where you have states who have been increasing their budget to buy ammunition for the police officers, prisons and stuff like that, because, they was buying it 2 years out and stuff like that. And so they had to up the budget, and this ammo is costing them money and stuff. So to keep, the department, keep the people trained and stuff, the officers got to qualify. So it's a lot of things that, states is pumping up their ammo budget and stuff for. So with that said, we're going to get into an article now. This was in Arkansas. Now, this was an audit that they was doing. Now, this was an Arkansas prison. Now, what had happened, there was an employee working for the prison, and he was like a part-time armory and stuff. And I talked about other situation where armorers and stuff had their hands on either firearm parts and stuff like that, was taking them and selling them, and ammunition, all this kind of stuff. So what happened was there was an employee who sold almost 30,000 rounds, from the of ammunition from this prison. And so what happened was this ammunition supposed to be shipped to other prisons and stuff. The problem, because the reason why they were getting rid of this ammunition, because they're upgrading to different calibers and newer firearms and stuff like that. But so you had this armorer who there's no tracking of the ammunition. A lot of this ammunition that they bought, they didn't track it and stuff like that. So you just got all this ammunition, and pretty much anybody can they can do whatever they want to, because there's no tracking of the ammo. So this employee was pretty much stealing this ammunition. Now, I'm gonna read a little bit of this so you can get aware of what's going on. Now, inventory audit of the Department of Correction, it was a state audit that revealed that an employee in the prison sold almost 30,000 rounds of revolver ammunition without anyone knowledge, people. Anyone. Now, right here they're saying the audit, now, finding a 2020 audit Department of Correction that includes a report about misappropriation of property of Division Correction Central Armor involving ammunition and firearms. Now, basically what they're saying is that they said that the department, pretty much the employee may have been selling the surplus ammunition on the streets. That's what they were saying. But with more investigation, they're saying that the armorer was selling it to some of the employees that work at the prison and all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, people, the audit state that said in January 2017, the unit transferred 34,175 rounds of ammunition to the Central Armory. Now, it was no longer needed, and there it was scheduled to be moved to different state agency for disposable. Now, however, the state agency that handle surplus ammunition, they never received the ammunition. So they never received the ammunition that's supposed to be shipped. Now, Internal Affairs investigations state that 28,352 rounds were transferred by Grimes unit with the estimate cost of $8,789, and it couldn't be located. So they were saying, well, we can't locate it, like we can't find it and stuff like that. So, this is what happened, for them to put a new system in place, because also we don't know where this ammunition at. We can't track it. So right now they have a system in place right now that they can track the ammunition that they purchase, who's using what, everything is tracked, and they're going online with it. And the reason why I say that is because you got lawmakers right now are looking to track the ammunition that you're purchasing online and in the state. A lot of states are looking at this. And then in this article, you have politicians saying, hey, we just have this ammunition on the streets. How many people has been, injured, murdered, and all this kind of stuff by this ammunition that has been sold that we don't know where it at. So this is a big issue down the road for a lot of states, people. I'm talking about, you have politicians who are thinking of this and stuff like that. And so I'm talking about, when you have the ammunition that they can't, they're paying big money for it, but they can't track it and stuff. So now a lot of these states are pretty much coming up with a budget, or online budget, and a tracking system to track this ammunition. Now, some states are already start doing that and stuff like that. But, right now, a lot of people are free to go buy as much ammunition they possibly want. But I want to put something on your radar. I've seen other states are looking at it, that if you go online, they want the limited amount of ammunition that you can purchase and stuff like that. And they want a database of the ammunition that you're buying. And a lot of people's aware of that. Some people not. Some people think, hey, it ain't gonna never happen, this and that. Never say never, people. But like I said before, the most important thing you do is pay attention who you're voting for in your state, what kind of, the politician, what they're going to do when it comes to your gun rights and stuff like that. Because if you don't think that's important, people, guess what? You got a law near you that might come and surprise you and stuff, and you're going to be caught off guard. And then you're going to have everybody trying to run out. It happened in California when they was putting the system in place, about, they got to have this card and all this kind of stuff. And I have went over thoroughly. A lot of people have. People going, in California, where if your name on the card is wrong or some information wrong, you can't buy ammunition or firearm. And so they call in a fled over the state line to get ammunition with other states and bring it back. But then they hurry up, create another law that you can't go to another state and buy ammunition and bring it back while transferring it from one gun shop, just like your firearms and stuff, to another shop and stuff like that, so they can record it and track it, people. this is huge. But this prison thing is just one of many articles I've been seeing where people within the system were stealing ammunition and firearms and stuff. So you have these states, you got police departments are doing it. They're doing this online tracking now, everything, their firearms, their ammunition. So down the road, people, you have states who are going to try to move a lot of their stuff online, because a lot of states in little small towns and still do things the old fashioned way, where, you know, you just buy it and this and that, but they don't have no tracking of it and stuff. So a lot of people is getting caught up with this type of stuff, getting up to date. And as more of these departments, as more the laws come in place, that's going to force your mom and pops, your gun shop. And I talk to these people, and they know that it's coming and stuff. You know, they're already dealing with a lot when it comes to their firearms and stuff, and some of the scrutiny they go through with that in all these different states. I talked about in Chicago and stuff like that. You know, in Illinois, all the stuff that a lot of these gun shops, and I had did a old video one time showing over years in Illinois with all these laws passing, how the mom and pops and stuff, gun shops been shutting down because they couldn't deal with all these fees and scrutiny and stuff they was going through. So that is something I want to put on your radar, people. It might be a tad bit much for some people who is not aware of what's going on, but it's something to keep on your radar, people. I want to bring you something different. I know you start to see the same thing with a lot of stuff, so I like to try to bring you something that's not on your radar, people. So hit that subscribe button, people. I got a lot of stuff that I want to talk about and bring to your mind and stuff like that. And so at the end of the day, people, to my support your Second Amendment, because it's very important. So this is DC Channel Guns, and I'll catch you on the next one. This is DC Channel Guns. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.